Well, hello there. Welcome back, everyone, to the Ultra Dude 66 live stream. I hope you all enjoyed my last live stream where I fucked around on TF2 with some friends. And today, we have a bit of a special, if you will. Let's. We're ranking the hottest Ultraman, Kaiju, and Sajin in this tier list today. Now, why are we doing this? Well, one, I said it in last stream. If you watched it, you did watch it, right? All right, good. And also, I thought it would just be, something fun to do a little tier list video and, go into my things I like. Because, last stream I showed how much I like TF2. Today, we're going into the Ultra part of my name, and that is Ultraman. Today we have these lovely beauties down here who we will rank in a simple SABCD tier list. So, very self-explanatory. We'll probably begin. Oh, we have our first viewer. Legendary Light. Nice seeing you again. Thanks for joining. Now we're going to start the tier list. So, first off, we have Bemular. Now, Bemular, first kaiju ever in the Ultra series, officially in the TV show, episode 1. Very classic kaiju. Let me just so you guys get some more images. Ignore this. Ignore this. This is like a anime only. This is who we're talking about. This man. Very reptilian, very skinny, pretty short arms. Did not mean to go to Amazon. Personally, not my thing. The face, definitely something to work on. I think that's like the biggest factor, but he's pretty fit. Can't blame that. This one looks really fucking cool. This one doesn't do many favors, but he has a body pillow shape, so it would be probably nice to sleep with. Besides the back, that might be a pain. Overall, I think I'll put B tier. I think I'll put B tier because the physique's pretty nice. It's just the face that I'm mostly worried about. All right, next we have Mephiles. Alien. He's a Sajin from Ultraman. He's very smart, calculating. So let me look him up real quick. So if you're into that type, yeah, here's the dude. Gotta say, face not that bad. He's got a pretty good physique. He also has a nice ass. Look at that. It's pretty good. The eyes glow too, so some nice. He has very beautiful eyes. So I think it's pretty much. I'm gonna put him in A tier for now. I think that's gonna be where I'm gonna place him for now. He might be S. I might change him later, but yeah, put him in A tier. However, now we go to his second incarnation from Ultraman Taro, Mephiles 2. Obviously, the suit's not the same. During the 70s, there was an oil crisis, so they couldn't really make suits on the double. They had to make them very cheap, and so Mephiles gets a bit of a downgrade here. Let me put in Taro so we get some more pics. Yeah, so very degraded. I don't like the colors. The eyes aren't glowing. He also kind of loses a bit of the ass. And he's also very dirty. You should very much take a bath. So yeah, this is definitely lower tier. I don't want to put him in D necessarily, but Yeah, I'm gonna put him in D because that's like if he just started to let himself go. That that's just disgusting. All right, next up, very popular Sajin, Bolton. Very, I misspelled Ultraman somehow. Very popular. He appeared very into the series. I think it was episode 4 or 2. But very popular, very unique design. I can give you that. It really he really pops up. The colors are pretty nice. He's got nice pants. I kind of like the wavy pattern. Now, the biggest problem with Bolton is, and we're gonna have to ask a question like this stream a lot. What do you do with this? He doesn't have a visible mouth. Um, I mean, he's not necessarily ugly. I guess I can like look at him passionately in the night, but the face is a lot. He does have the enthusiasm though. It's weird bug parts. Also, he doesn't have hands. He has like these big claws, so grabbing stuff is probably very hard for him. And that just feels very clunky to be. So I'm gonna put him in B tier with Bemular. I think that's good enough. Because he does have that charm to him, but I don't think we can progress much past. Now, Bolton Powered. So this is Ultraman Powered was the American sort of remake of the original Ultraman, where they just reused a bunch of the previous monsters. So this is their redesign of Bolton, and it's worse. Not worse necessarily design wise. I mean, I kind of get it, but it's personally not my favorite. I do much prefer the previous design. He's too skinny, right? Like this kind of just looks like a dude in a mech suit, sort of. And like his claws are too skinny, and his body, his head is way too skinny. The new horn shape I don't like. The colors aren't doing it because he's just blue. And I mean, like if you like blue, that's okay, I guess. But like, he also kind of looks like a mosquito, and I don't fuck with mosquitoes. So that's going to D tier. Not doing much. Now we're going to a very contentious character, Alien Dada. So it's very popular. Just look at that. Look at that pose. Perfect pose. Uh, he's definitely a freak in the sheets. The name's Dada, but we don't know for sure. He's got big fat lips. Big fat lips. Seemingly freckles. I mean, that's pretty nice. A very oval head, but that's not nothing I can't work with. And the zebra pattern is pretty nice. Now the thing with Dada is that their face does change. So, for example, they sometimes have a face like this, and that I don't fuck with. That one is just gross. But like if they have just like this, not that face. This face, I'm all right with. I can handle. So very dependent on how they're looking. Hold on, chat. I'm getting a call. Hello? We skip the credit, but we don't know how to do it because we don't see what you're looking at. We just see the ranking screen. So I'm assuming you're trying to show us photos, but we can't. You just look like you're having a schizophrenic. Oh, really? You have to switch screens. One second. Look at that picture. Look at that. Hey, it's for artistic integrity. Here, we'll just do this. Show the entire screen. Yeah, see, look, this is so much better now. Look. Now we have the Infinite Void. Everyone say hi to the Infinite Void. No, it's just one. It's just one monitor. Can you see it now? Okay. Well, tell me when you see it. Anyway, so overall, go B tier. Next up, we're going through the manga design. That is not it. Hold on, let me just put Netflix. Okay. Enjoy the stream. All right, so this is the Netflix design. So if you didn't know, the Netflix adapted an Ultraman manga that was very popular. I don't like this design whatsoever. It completely misses the whole point of Dada. I mean, look at this. This doesn't look anything like him. This is fucking ugly. It's fucking atrocious. Like, I'd just punch this dude's face if I saw him in real life. Look at it. He's wearing pants. Just straight up pants and boots. No shirt. Like, he thinks he's tough. It's absolutely, in comparison, disgraceful. So this is going, just because it looks sort of humanoid, is going C tier, but like it is absolutely inferior to the original. Like, well, I don't know what the hell they were doing. Next up, we are doing Pigmon from Ultraman 66. Pigmon is one of the few human-sized monsters. One second. Yeah, one of the few human-sized ones. I don't think I have to say much. You know, he's an ugly cute, but yeah, the face is just not doing it. And he's also like, I don't know if that's like supposed to be spiky or flaky, but that just does not look appealing to be next to. Let's put 1966 specifically. Yeah, here he is sleeping. I mean, not to knock the guy, but so yeah, so not the prettiest guy. So I'm gonna be putting him in S tier. Next up is Pigmon. Very unique design. Pigmon from Ultraman Max. Was it Max and onward? In 2000s, and it was the first show in a while to bring back older monsters, and it gave them a lot of redesigns, and this is their redesign of Pigmon. In comparison, not a fan of this redesign. I much prefer the 66 one, because that one was a bit more ugly cute. This one, it's just kind of ugly to me. He looks like a bar of soap the way he's shaped, and this face just seems way too much stretched. I mean, yeah, he's hitting the pose, but I just don't think it's the same as OG Pigmon. I don't really think. Yeah, I don't really think it matches well. So definitely below original Pigmon. So S tier. Next up is Garamon. Now this is a very unique design. Ultra Q Garamon. So this guy came out in 1965, 66. It was before the original Ultraman. It was basically kind of like Twilight Zone with monsters. This is actually a robot. So this is our first robot entry. I think, I don't think I have any other robots in here. But yeah, so this is Garamon, a robot from space, comes down in a meteor. not the prettiest thing. One, it kind of looks like coral he has on him. So definitely rough. Definitely a rough guy. Face not that good looking. I like the colors. He also has a tattoo. It appears right here. Um, yeah. Yeah. So S tier. Next up, powered Pigmon. So powered Pigmon. This is his toy. Yeah. Here's a good photo. I don't think I need to explain what the hell is wrong with this thing. So it's like you hook the few likable aspects of Pigmon and you just completely ruined it. This thing is ugly. There is nothing appealing about this thing. Like, I don't even know where to begin. One, it's very unique design. It does have very spiky, coral like things on him. But his face is stretched out. He has big old lips. His nose is really bad. Really, look at this thing. Like if I saw this guy in like the an alleyway at night, I'd be fucking scared. What the fuck is this thing? Look at his hands. Look at those bony hands. That is not a friendly thing. That's not something meant to be friendly. This is friendly. This I can see as a friend. That thing, not that thing. I don't know what the hell that is. But this thing, no. No, it is not. So, yeah. Yeah, definitely D tier. Definitely D tier. That thing is awful, chat. I think we can all agree. Awful. Next up is Melanin. I think that's its name. Hold on. Let me see if actually his photo sometimes comes up when you look up. Yeah. He usually pops up. I think it was an Ultra Q show. I cannot find him. Why can I? Melanin. Maybe. No, that's just actual melanin. That is. Ultraman. This thing I think is from an Ultra Q show. This is basically him. Just like remove the crown. I think it's like his ultra form. But yeah, so this is first off, very unique design, I have to say. So very spiky, it kind of reminds me of like coral or maybe pine cones. Uh and then, he's red. But again, like it's a unique design, but it's very spiky. I don't think it would be very nice to hug it. Very painful. Also, look at those fingers. Those are bony ass fingers. He's a bit of a creep. So honestly, not that much to him. I think I'll put C tier. Yeah, C tier. Is that a good placement? C tier. All right. So next up, big favorite, Alien Terrorist. I think this is from Taro. Yeah, Taro. So this is Alien Terrorist. Why is this so fucking small? Yeah, so this is who he is. So he has a weird spindly thing on his head. I think it's a hat. Nothing too flattering, really. Uh, he has like toothy spikes out of his chest that kind of look like mouths. So, very pointy. He looks very threatening. Uh, He's obsessed with oil, so unless you have like a lot of that, it's probably very hard to manage. Uh, I do like the shoes. I like the elf shoes. I think those are cool. But everything else, this guy just looks freaky. Put him, put him D tier. Nothing much to him. Anyway, next up, Alien Zeton. So this is very unique guy. So this is like the final aliens that try to invade Earth at the end of Ultraman, and they do reappear sometimes. Uh, Kind of looks like a bell pepper, sort of like a pepper, the stem, but then he has an eye in the middle. Uh, I do have to say he has good drip. I like the monk outfit, and I also like the suit and tie look. So this guy has drip. He knows how to fashionably wear. Uh, the head is nothing. The head's not that big of a problem, really. He looks nice. Uh, yeah, I think just fashion alone gets him pretty high. Put him. I'm put him B. Then we got a kaiju, and you can already sort of see him. We get Zeton. So this is very big character. Rich, like the first monster to definitively defeat Ultraman. So very important, and his design's very unique too. It's sort of like a beetle, but apparently in his bio he's a dinosaur. So he gets fucking cool points for that. Uh, Giant breasts in right here, orange sacks, very show off. The face is a bit weird, but maybe if have some coffee, get to know them. Also, they don't really talk; they just say their name. They just say Zeton and some like weird beeping noise. So probably not the conversationalist, but who knows? Who knows what's behind that orange mind of theirs? I'm gonna put this with Mephiles. I'm gonna put that in A tier. Next up, we have Chimera, I believe. Trigger. Chimera. Chimera. Is that her name? Carmeria. It's a weird ass name. So Ultraman Trigger is very unique show. It is a new gen sort of like remake spiritual successor of the 90s Ultraman Tiga. So this is actually based off a previous character. But I just used the new gen because I was too lazy to do both. So very unique. She's one of the very few confirmed female ultras, and she's technically a giant of darkness because she's evil. I gotta say the gold pops out very nice. She looks like she would hurt their partner, a very dom type. They kind of do that with Trigger, actually. She is very abusive towards Trigger. Yeah, look at this shit. She has lipstick. I didn't even notice. She has lipstick, too. Yeah. Anyway, next up, this thing. Hold on, let me finally look up its name. Ultraman Ace. Kaiju. I did not spell that right, but This is from Ultraman Ace. I think it's called. It's a Choju technically. Yeah, here it is. Here he is. I think it's like starts with a G or something. Garamon. Yeah. So this thing, first impression is what is that face? That is very weird face. I have sort of like pure black eyes, then giant carrot-like fangs. It doesn't have ears. It has horns, like flat horns, and then a sharper horn, bumpy head, and then it seems like it has fur. Like it's fuzzy. It looks like a Muppet. Uh, so he's freaky looking, but he also looks soft, which is a plus. Let's see. He's coming in for a hug. Like this, it seems like a giant puppet. Uh, honestly, A tier. Next, we come to his creator, because all the monsters in Ultraman Ace were created by one guy. Yapul. So this is Yapul. He is purely evil. There's not an ounce of good in his soul. His race are all literal, just like dark, evil aliens. So that's something, a plus, a red flag, however you take it. He has a weird design, I do have to say. So he has a rhombus head with two tiny fangs, and then a spiky chest, fur in his midriff, and then plated rock pants. And then one of his hands is like not even a claw; it's a sword or like a crescent. It's like if you took Moon Knight's like crescent boomerang and just like surgically implanted it on his hand. So he's a Moon Knight fan. For you Moon Knight freaks, so common interest. But I put him in C tier. Very unique, but also just very visually crazy. Nothing much really, because like all of it together is rough, right? Like you have spikes here, pebbles here. The only thing is the fur, but it does not look like he keeps that kept. So yeah, definitely rough. Next up, Golza. Now, this is a very popular kaiju from Ultraman Tiga. He's basically a dinosaur that came out of a volcano. So biggest takeaway, he has a sort of like helmet on him, which I mean, it's not a detractor, but it has like a bunch of holes in it. So if you have like tryptophobia, definitely not a good match. But also, he has like it looks like warts, but it's like solid rock. So he has like bumps all over him. And not that like this is a toy, but like as you can see, he has like white bumps all over him. So yeah, that's I say that's a minus, really. He has shoulder pads and like these vein parts. This isn't like normal. This is like Fire Golza specifically is like upgraded form, but still, yeah. Like look at this. He has a good silhouette, but I put him in B tier for now. Next up, probably the most popular kaiju ever from the series. This is Gomora. Yeah, sure, why not? So this is Gomora. This is like original design, but his original design is basically the line. Very, very unique, very striking. It's simple, but the simplicity works, right? Yeah, he has enough detail and weird stuff that makes him unique and not just like an average dinosaur, right? So he has like these two almost ceratopsian like head crests, and then like has a single horn on his nose, fangs, and then as you see, his neck is like in an arch, sort of. He has that arch support. So his neck is very, very thick, very, I guess, supported and ramming things because he likes to just charge towards his enemies. Very long tail with like plates on it and like a spiky chest. Now the spiky chest, bit of a bad thing because like if coming for a hug, you basically just get stabbed. It looks like a pine cone. So not the best circumstance, but like look at it. Look at this. Look at this photo. Look at this guy. How can you be mad at that? Oh, sorry, I like it. Like again, Ceratopsian. He has like one horn, like beak part. So very striking. He's a good dude. Help save the world. A tier definitely. So let's see. We're about halfway. We're about halfway through. Let me check the chat. Say monkeys. Agreed. Next up is Gubila. Now this monster is a bit annoying. So they're from the original Ultraman, but there's this thing that Subaraya does where in every like new release, they like to reuse monsters now because like they make a suit and they're like, well, we don't want to make a completely new kaiju for every episode. We got to reuse some of the stuff. So they'll like have monsters returning, which isn't a bad thing, but they reuse Gubila so many times. He's genuinely annoying because like every new show, he just shows up. And it's like, oh great, it's Gubila. I wonder how they'll defeat him this time. Not only that, it's just generally fucking ugly. Look, so like first impression I get is sort of like killer whale, sort of, right? Like the black markings, but also like a sort of like sunfish. It has like fuzz on his back in yellow. The yellow I think works, but then he has these like big old lips here, and then like a drill horn. And then he doesn't have flippers. He has like look at this. This is like skis on his hand. These flippers are flat like this. How does he swim? Right? Because it's not like he has flippers and then he like just puts it down like that. Look, that just straight up like a ski. So he's apparently like a swimmer and he can go on ground. He's pretty big. I just don't see. I don't see. Gubila goes in D tier. Like a good monster design, but like get the fuck out of here already. All right, next up, big guy. Giras. So Giras was basically made by using a Godzilla suit from Toho because they, even in the first show, a bit lacking in budget, so they had to reuse a bunch of monster suits from like the movies, and so they used Godzilla for this, and that automatically makes it S tier. But I will explain a bit. So first, the yellow I think does work. It's very nice. It's very popping. The little bit on the head also, it's very nice. And then the frill. They gave Giras a frill, and I think it works well. It's a very nice set dresser, very attention getting when you first look at him. Him or her, I think the genders switch a bit depending on the series, but yeah, so it's basically just Godzilla. So yeah, S tier. Next up, this fucking plant that I hate. So, Ultraman plant monster. I always forget its name. Like, look, I put in plant monster, and the first one is a rock monster. That's how forgettable it is. Green Mons. Its name is Green Mons. So here's the thing. I have a weird sort of attachment to this monster. So I grew up watching the original Ultraman show, and I had like this like old DVD set that only had like the first half of Ultraman on it. And this episode was an episode I kind of liked because it was a bit of a murder mystery sort of thing. But the overall monster design is somewhat unique, but also kind of like okay. So obviously a plant, but like what is this? It looks like a tumor, right? And it has one arm, one singular arm, and then a hole here where it like spews gas and stuff. And I don't even know if that's teeth or not. Like, it looks like an oven mitt, right? It looks like a glove that I would put on. So, and then it has spikes on it. It's just like you're not gonna go up to this guy at the bar. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna go say, hey, can I get you a drink? And it's just gonna kill you. It's gonna spray gas at you. It's gonna smother you, and I don't know, just kill you because it's so I'm a hater. So I have nostalgia for it, but this is absolutely D tier. Next up, Gwesra. Now I gotta say, this is a really unique. I keep on saying that. This design is very striking. So this is another suit that was reused. So like I said earlier, Ultra Q came before Ultraman, and in that show they had a monster named Peter. Let me just get him up real quick. Yeah, Peter. This is Peter. Look at this thing. It's sort of lizard-like, right? So then they took it and then they made it into this. And I think this is like the best example of reusing suits because it made a design that's so popular that like it just kept coming back. And its modern design, I think, is definitely one of the best. But its original design, it has like a very smooth head and then like sort of like strands. Oh, it almost looks like hair coming off of it. But in the modern design, it's more spiky. These are like spikes, and its head is also bumpy. So definitely different depending on like the original versus the modern one. But also has like a massive fin. It's amphibious, so land and water. Basically, take it is ugly. I'm not gonna lie. Especially like look at those lips. Look at those like little small eyes. But you know, Gwesra, she looks endearing, right? Like they got the confidence. They're ready for fighting. They will kill you in a heartbeat. And you know what? That's something. Look at this. This is like evil form or some shit. Where its eyes are red. So not going too high up, but I will put it at C tier. Doesn't belong here. They got something. All right, this one. What was her name? Hold on one sec. Ultraman SSSP woman. What the fuck is this? What is this AI shit? I hate AI. Here she is. This is who I'm talking about. Say her. What is her name? I need to know her. Miro Takaki? Noriyoko Miwaka? Is that her name? Oh, Kiko. Akiko. Yeah, so this is Akiko. She was one of the original members of the first defense team in Ultraman because it's in the original. She was part of the SSSP, which was the defense team against monsters and stuff. And the reason why she's on here because in an episode, Mephiles, this dude, made her grow giant and used her as a monster basically. So she technically counts. And as basically just a normal human woman, S tier. No, behind Godzilla. No. Anyway. Yeah, I don't have to explain that. Anyway. Belial. This one. Now, this edgy bastard is basically like the evil Ultraman. He appeared in a movie and reappeared ever since in TV shows. Basically, what if an Ultra turned evil? He literally had a guy go inside him and made him evil. Very freaky stuff. Like, look at that. Very sharp eyes. His hands are massive, and I think that's mostly just because of his fingers, which are very sharp. So I know like some people prefer this type, right? And I do guys he's very flamboyant, very prideful. Like, look at that stance. That guy is ready to fuck you up. So he's definitely got the confidence. Only problem for me is that he has really bad posture, which is hard to show in these images. But if you look at like something like let's see, like this, like you can sort of tell, right? Like his neck is very large. That's because his head is permanently hunched like this. He can never stand up straight. He has a Quasimodo on him. So for that, for the bad posture, I think definitely take off some points. Also, he's like a genocidal maniac, but who cares? Put that A or B. I'll put that in A tier. Next up is his original form. This is his original. This is before he went evil. Very classical Ultraman look. The pattern's unique. Very chiseled jaw. He's constantly mewing because the Ultras don't really open their mouth, so that he has that mewing streak for thousands of years. So this is basically like the Sigma of Ultras. So I'm gonna put that S tier definitely. All right, now one of the only female Ultras in the entire show, Mother of Ultra. Yeah, so she's kind of like the queen of the Ultra Society, but yeah, one of the like few female Ultras. She is the mother of Ultraman Taro, which was the sixth Ultraman. This guy over down here. Uh, so she has pigtails, which is weird because Ultras don't really have hair, but it's implemented in a way where it's all right because like Ultras like they have horns and stuff. They have weird head configurations, so it's fine if they kind of look like hair because it's basically just like horns on the side of her head. Uh, very. This is like the average Ultra face right here. The two oval eyes, the mouth, overall head shape. She does have like a unique head crest here. The design here is all right. Like the red pattern is like very unique, and she has buttons. Like they're not actually buttons. She's not wearing like an actual suit here, but like I think these are star marks. Basically, in the Ultra Society, you get these like bumps on you for like showing uh like great examatory things while you're an Ultraman. But yeah, I do have to say the bumps are a bit weird, and so are the boots. But I do like the cape. The cape definitely adds to her. So yeah, S tier. Next up, very important character, the Mother of Ultra. It's a very unique design compared to Ultras. One of the only females for like half of the series length. Like she was introduced in Ultraman Taro, which was the sixth show, and she was the only female Ultra until the 80s, which we'll get to her. And then after that, there was like I guess there was the one in Ultraman Tiga, but she was like a bad guy. Then after that, there was basically nothing until New Gen. So very unique design. I like the patterns. The bumps are a bit weird because it kind of looks like it gives the impression this is clothes. But these are basically like the Ultra skin or its outer shell. So like the bumps here are weird. I think they're a thing called star marks. You'll see in like some Ultras, like they have like these bumps on them, which signifies like exemplatory, uh like here in Ultraman Zafi, like if you're like do a lot of good things as an Ultra, you get them. So I think they're supposed to be that, but then them on the boots, it's weird. I do like the cape though, and I think the head crest design is pretty unique. So yeah, I'll put her S tier. Next we have a very important monster, Mukadender. This guy showed up in the third series, Ultraman Jack. And what can I say about this design? Look at it. I don't even read chat. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm interested in describing these hot babes in front of chat. Doesn't even read chat. What else is pretty big? Okay. All right. So Mukadender Very unique design. So when I was a kid, I was always confused by this because it always looked like someone just put the wrong the head in the wrong spot. Because this should be like its tail and the head should be there, right? But no, like is the underbelly is right here. So like what I realize is that his arms are weird because like the arms are basically like his back legs, but they're facing forward. So like his back is facing forward, like he's like standing in front of you. So either his hands are supposed to go down, or he looks like he would have been like a regular like four-legged, maybe like Apatosaurus inspired kaiju. But like this does make him more unique, I have to say. Because like there's no other Ultraman monster you could say where his head is his dick. That's only something you see in Yu-Gi-Oh! Also, he has a whip, so he's freaky as fuck. Yeah, Mukadender. Mukadender A tier. Definitely. Yeah, definitely A tier. Next up, a pretty massive character. Red King. This guy's been in the series also since the beginning. Classic kaiju. Basically, the best way to describe him, he's like a corn on a cob because he has all these bumps on him. So, think about Red King. He's basically the bully monster. He just harasses everyone, always like showing off his strength. Again, the bumps on him. He's a very bumpy dude. He has a very long neck. Whenever he's mad, he like scratches it, which I guess is a bit endearing. Depending on the design, he either has black beady eyes or like regular white eyes. But like he has the confidence. Like he's definitely like a jock meathead, and if that's your type, go for it. But I'd say I put him in the same tier of Golza. I say he's pretty all right. Like design, basically, it's a very good design because it's very simple with what it has. But definitely Red King, I'd put him B tier. Next up, Mephiles from Shin Ultraman. I should have probably done this earlier, but oh well. You guys enjoying stream? Yeah, low Daber fade. Shin Mephiles. I misspelled that like shit. So Shin Mephiles is from the 2022 film, Shin Ultraman. He's basically like the pre-final boss. In this, I believe, only in this, he has a human form, which we're not judging. We're judging his true form. And it's a very like radical like reinterpretation of the design, but it's not anything like too weird. So basically, his face is pretty simple. But his eyes are kind of like, if you know Gigan from Godzilla, it's kind of like that. It's sort of like a visor, and then his sort of like his jowls, I would say, are kind of extended more, and he's very skinny. This guy is very thin, but he is not fragile. He's got the fight. Look at that stance. Also, his hands can be like extend out and become basically like Lego hands and grab you like that, which freaky. If you're into that, go for it. Yeah, I'd say it's a good interpretation of the design. I put him in the same tier. Same tier. Now Ultraman, the original. This guy started it all. This is the perfect Ultra design. He's basically the average Joe of his planet, and good head shape, strong jawline. His red marks are interesting. There's not really much I could say about his design that hasn't already been said. Like this is just like it's perfectly like inhuman but also human at the same time. So yeah, S tier. Next up, is Yulian. This is the second female Ultra from 1980, 1981, from Ultraman 80, the show. This is basically all you had for a while. Now, the design is inherently similar to Ultraman 80, but it does have its unique stuff. Like the red pattern here is unique. I like the boots. The head is definitely the weirdest thing about this. So it looks like hair. Like it is a common trend for earlier like ultras where it seems to be like it's a female, give it hair, which it's a design trope they don't use nowadays. There are like modern ultra women that don't have like weird hair crest. But like this definitely was supposed to be like, oh look, she has hair because she's a woman. And but I do have to say, it is a very weird hairstyle to try to do because I don't even know what the hell it's supposed to be. Because like she has like a crest here, and then it's very flat around here, and then that's technically her ears. But anyway, besides the hair, she has like this dot in the middle of her head, which it's nothing too bad. It gives some focus to her face. The face isn't anything ugly. Uh, yeah, I put her A tier. The hair for me definitely is the weirdest part about her. Because with the Mother of Ultra, I think is better implemented. Because this is just, it looks like a helmet she's wearing, right? Uh, so we're almost at the end here. Alien Zerub. This guy from the original Ultraman as well. Very unique design. He's very thick, like on the head. Looks like a metal thumb. He has indented eyes, a weird mouth, and then like his inward ears, and then his body looks burnt. Like he was put on the grill for too long. This is a modern suit, which it does it a bit better, but it's a unique design. It's not necessarily the handsomest guy around, But he's got style. I gotta say, yes. Look at this. He has charisma. So I'll put him in A tier. I think he deserves that. And now we're at our final character, Sniper TF2. Uh, very underrated Ultraman character. I think not a lot of people like talk about him or give him credit, but I think like this design is basically perfect. As one of the few animated human characters on the live action show, it's basically perfect design. Yeah. So where the fuck did he? Yeah. So S tier, S tier. I think that definitely puts him good. So yeah, that is the tier list, everyone. Uh, Here it is. Hottest Ultraman monsters and shit. Yeah, this is definitely the definitive ranking, and if you disagree, you're wrong. Sorry, it's how it is. But yeah, hope you like the stream. To my 0 viewers watching, cowards, you didn't make it to the end. But hey, oh well, watch it later. I get it. So yeah, that's the tier list. Hope you enjoyed that. And before I leave, see if I can find that one frame. I cannot. I guess it wouldn't be on Google. Yeah, so basically, I was trying to find in the original show Ultraman Taro. When they show them making Taro, for some reason, Mother of Ultra had tits. Here, let me actually find the video if I can. I was trying to be crass when looking it up, but oh well. And Taro. So, let's see if I can be quick with this. I can't find it, but I guess for a good reason. But yeah, so if you ever want to know what ultra titties look like, just look that up. It exists. We don't know what the hell their anatomy is. They're like light beings that are in like metallic shells. I think. I don't fucking know. But anyway, yeah, that's the stream. I'm gonna be making a video soon, so check out whenever I get to that. My lazy ass. And I will see you whenever I decide to upload again. Yeah, so have a good night, and remember, I know where you live.